Good evening. Good evening. It's in the afternoon time, even though y'all are probably, I put this on in the morning. I got our light ready. We're going to make some beef stroganoff. Y'all come on over here with me, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. I love beef stroganoff when the weather gets kind of cool and kind of nice. I like to eat it then. Now, you can eat beef stroganoff with rice or noodles. I prefer it with rice. So I've got me one cup, coffee cup full of rice, dry rice, and I've got my water boiling right here, and I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna give it a quick little stir. Y'all doing okay this afternoon? I surely hope so. And I'm gonna bring it to a hard boil, and then I'm gonna put it on low, so that I got a new thing here, so I'm trying to fix it so y'all will be right. I know I don't have on any earrings, hadn't got on a necklace, hadn't got just a plain old shirt, but let me show you what I have got to put on. I can put on something pretty. This was sent to me. I can put this on, so we'll have something pretty to look at. You know, when you get old like me, you have to add something. All right, I'm just going to do that. Turn it down real low. Put a top on it. I turned it down to 3. Over in this pan right here, in this cube, y'all. Over in this pan right here, I've got, oh yeah, now that brightens me up a little bit. This has got this adjustable thing like this. See what I'm saying? You can pull it down as far as you need it. If you're short, you can do it however you want to. Got a little Halloween apron on today. As cute as it can be. Little pumpkins and little hats and everything. All right, we're ready to roll now. Except for that hair, but we're not going to worry about it, are we? You not worried about yours, are you? How does your hair look right this very minute? All right, so in this skillet right here, I've already kind of partially fried about a pound and a half of hamburger meat. Kind of chopped it up a little. Normally, I don't make hamburger stroganoff. I normally don't do that. I normally make mine out of roast beef. But the hamburger meat was a lot cheaper this time than the roast. So I just did it this way. Come over here, let me let you look in there and see what I'm saying. I've just got some hamburger meat in there, and I've chopped it up kind of little as it cooked, okay? I have not salted the rice or the hamburger meat, so I think I need to do that. I didn't think about it, but I'm going to. I'm going to fix to salt it. Do a little salt on that. And a little salt on this. Okay, I'm going to put, now what I'm going to do is I am going to, when you're making stroganoff, whether you like onions or not, you need at least 1 onion in it. Now, we're talking flavor here. We're talking big time flavor. It's in this first cookbook, in case you're wondering. It's on page 217. I'm not making mine exactly like that today because that makes a lot and it's just going to be me here. So I'll just do it like this. I'm going to do this little onion right here. Let me get you down just a little bit where you can see this. Damn, can you see that? Good. I hope so. I surely hope so. Anyway, I'm going to cut up this onion real quick, and I'm going to put it in with that meat and let it saute just a minute or two so it'll sort of get tender. Now, my mother, and I've done this too, instead of making beef stroganoff. We made deer stroganoff. Because we have a lot of deer around here and my whole family hunts. So we eat the deer. And let me tell you something about deer meat while I'm cutting up this onion. Deer meat is very healthy. And here's the reason. The fat on the deer meat is not marbled in the meat like beef. You know, when you get a beef steak or a roast, how the fat's all marbled in, all through it. A deer is not like that. Their fat is on the outside of the meat, and it's not edible, and it's called tallow. And you have to cut that part off, which I do. So all you're getting then is lean meat. Lean meat. I soak my deer meat in salt water, either during the day, like I'll put it in the salt water in the day and then cook it that night, or either I will, let me turn that up just a little bit, okay? It's not even cooking. Or either I will soak it all night and cook it the next day for lunch, which I call it dinner, and y'all call it lunch and dinner, don't you? And I call it dinner and supper. That's what we say. Dinner and supper. All right. I remember one time, and I've told y'all this story before, Mother invited the people next door to come over for dinner. And they didn't show up because they were going to come that night. And she meant dinner, meaning lunch. They were from, she was from France and he was from Germany. Let me move this top on my rice or tilt it a little bit. It's popping up. Y'all hear it blurping? Anyway, I decided that I wanted some stroganoff. I love the gravy in the stroganoff. It is absolutely delicious. All right. So you need your big old skillet when you do yours. Now, if you decide to do yours with a roast beef, here's what you do. I'm going to just talk you through it. Let me put y'all over here so y'all can see what's happening. Let me get you sitting right here. Okay. Because we're fixing to put some stuff in it in a minute. Now, that's about right. I think y'all can see that. If you had a roast and you were trying to do it with a roast, what you would do is this. You would cut that roast up into little fingerlings about the size of that. That long and that wide. And you cut the whole roast up. And put just a little bit of olive oil in your skillet and quick fry it. In other words, just throw a handful in there, fry it on one side. You got to quick fry it. If you don't, all the juices will come out of the roast, and your stuff down here will be watery. So you're going to have it on high. You fry it on that side, then you flip it over, fry it on the other, and immediately take it out and put in another handful. And you keep doing that until you get all your meat done. So your meat is sitting over here in a bowl. But I'm not doing that kind of meat. I'm doing hamburger meat. So then after you do your meat and you got it sitting in your bowl, you saute your onions and that kind of stuff. And then you put the meat back in here and start adding the stuff. And so here's what we're going to add today. I'll go ahead and open it for you. We're going to add 1 can of cream mushroom soup in just a minute. Okay? We're going to add a little garlic powder. We're going to add some Worcestershire sauce and sour cream. And it is so good. That gravy part in there, and we're going to add just a little bit of water. Your recipe in the book says about a cup or a can of water, but since I'm just doing a little bit, I'm cutting it down real big. The one in there you could feed your family with. And I'm not cooking for a family tonight. Last night at church, we had our Bible study and our meal, and it was so good. We saw a film first, and it's talking, what it was talking about is, what do we worship? Do we worship God's blessings, or do we worship God? There's a difference. Are you depending on your blessings, or are you depending on God? And it was a terrific lesson. It was so good, and I was stirred. It makes you think, what am I worshiping? Am I worshiping the Lord for giving me gifts and blessings? He's just blessed me so much, and I know that. But anyway, it was really super good. And then I came home, got on my pajamas. I was already cleaned the other church, so I didn't have to take a bath. And then, let me tell you what we had for supper last night at church. It was really good. We had red beans and rice. It had sausage in it and the onions and all, just like I love. And we had a big spinach salad with little mandarin oranges and pineapple in it, and kind of a sweet and sour sauce on it. It was delicious. And then we had, what else we have? We had cornbread, and we had grilled cheese sandwiches. And then for dessert, let me tell you what we had. We had, Hannah made the dessert last night. And she, from what I could tell, and I never did get to talk to her to ask her how she made it, but I think I know. She lined 2 big casserole dishes, or 3. I mean, you know, church casserole dishes, they're this big. You gotta have the big ones for that. With ice cream sandwiches. And so she put a row of ice cream sandwiches, and then she mixed some stuff like white. I don't know if it was, you know, some kind of whipped topping or what, but she had that all over that. Then she had chocolate on that and cherries on top of that. So when you dip down into it, of course, the ice cream was cold. She left it in the freezer so, you know, it'd be nice and cold for us. Anyway, it was fine. And y'all aren't going to believe this, but I was afraid I'd be full, so I ate my dessert first. I ate my dessert first. Do y'all ever do that? Eat your dessert first. Okay, I'm going to turn this down now. Now I'm going to put in my cream of mushroom soup. Get you over there a little bit. And I'm going to put in about a half a can of water with that. Okay, let me get me some water. Okay, just about a half a can of water. We're going to put in there, and all these flavors now are going to mix together. Now let me get a spoon out. We're going to put some garlic powder. I was going to put fresh garlic, but I don't think I am tonight, but you could. You could put fresh garlic if you wanted to. I'm just going to put this garlic powder. I don't want to put garlic salt because it'd be too salty. I'm going to put a teaspoon in there. Okay. And so we're gonna let this cook for a minute or two right here. Let those flavors blend together real good. Now we're gonna put in about a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Always shake it up. Sometimes stuff goes to the bottom. I'm on a tablespoon. It'll be about 2 of these at least. Don't skimp on it. That gives it a super good flavor. Okay, let's check our rice. I'm gonna get me a spoon right here. We're gonna check it, see what it's doing. It's doing good. Look down in there. See there? It's swelling up. You don't want to stir it too much. Just let it cook in there slow. Okay. We'll let that cook just a minute or two. Turn it down a little bit. A while ago, I needed to have me some water. So what I did, I don't know if y'all ever tried this or not, but it's good. I got me a big mug, and I put hot water in it, like super hot. Then I put me about 2 tablespoons of honey in here, and some lemon. I cut the end of a lemon off. See that? And on these cold days, this is good. There's something hot. Everything in it's good for you. And so it's good. I'm gonna drink this. Whoop! Like I spilled it. But Mother used to make this out of deer. She made it out of roast, and I've made it out of both. We eat this more in the South. We eat it more at wintertime when it's cold outside. It seems like it's just too heavy for summer. It's more of a winter dish to me. But something you could serve with it. You could serve a pineapple salad. You could serve a pear salad. I like English peas with it. The little sweet peas, I call them English peas, the little green peas. What do y'all call them? We don't call them the same thing, do we? I had some followers to tell me the other day, they're from Minnesota and up in some of the northern states, and it's already cold there. They're having to build them a fire and to stay warm and everything. And today I got kind of cold. So I had to do some paperwork back there in my little office part, and it was cold back there. So I had one of those little heaters that you just plug into the wall. It's kind of long and skinny. It was about this long and about that big around, and you could set it on whatever you want to set it on. So I closed the door back there so the cold wouldn't come in that room, and I plugged my little heater in, and then I covered up my legs with a blanket and got up there at my desk and paid a bunch of bills. Electric bill and my internet bill, my land taxes, and what else did I pay? I don't think I had to pay Verizon this time. I'd already paid them a little bit earlier. But I had a stack about that high of bills, and I went and put them down there in the mailbox for he'll be coming in just a minute. So I went ahead and tried to beat him to the mailbox to put them in. Y'all, it's terrible. How much my garbage bill? My garbage bill was 70. Let me think what it was. It's $70-something every 3 months. That's what I pay for my garbage. And I have a hobo down there, and you put your garbage in it, and they come once a week and pick it up, and it's worth that. It saved me a lot of work and a lot of worry to have a nice garbage can. Okay, y'all, I'm going to let this cook just a little bit more. See how I'm cooking it now? I'm letting it just kind of simmer and thicken up in there. See? Let me move this back out of the way where you can tell. Okay. See there? I'm going to put one more thing in it that we put in our beef stroganoff, and it's about time to put it, and that is mushrooms. Now, if you don't like mushrooms, then don't put them in. I like fresh ones in it. I didn't have any. All I had was the can. You do not put the juice in it, so just, these are nice big ones though, you can see. See, those are some nice big mushrooms. I'm going to put maybe 3/4 of this can. Well, I might as well just put the whole can in. Let me go over there and do the juice off of it, because I don't want that juice in there. I'm going to just put it down the sink right here. There we go. Well, he doesn't want to come up. Now, I hadn't put my sour cream in there yet, but there's a reason for it. And I'll tell you in a minute what the reason is. See, this makes a big old, look how much. And I just cut the recipe in half. Look at that. That's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stroganoff. I might be eating on this thing for 3 days. I'll be back in a minute when we put I'm going to let this cook for about 5 minutes. Get the flavors mixed. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to show y'all and we're going to eat together. By then the rice will be ready. Okay, everything's ready. So let's put in our sour cream. Now the recipe calls for a whole thing of this, but it calls for 2 cans of your cream of mushroom soup, which is, I'm not making it that big. So I'm going to put, what you do is you turn this off. You turn your eye off because we don't want our sour cream to curdle. So that's why you can't put it in there to start with. But this makes it. You've got to have this in it. I'm telling you, it makes the best gravy you've ever seen. And I know y'all want to get up a little closer, so let me move you in. There you go. There you go. All right, let's put some sour cream. I'm going to put half of this in there because I didn't make the whole kit and caboodle. Okay, that's about half of it. Stir it up. Now remember, I've got it off. You can turn it back on later if you want to, and it heats up really good. But the sour cream makes it. The mushrooms. Oh, and I tasted it while I was gone from you, and I did put 1 more cap full of that in it. It didn't have enough. The Worcestershire makes it have a really good flavor mixed with that garlic and stuff. All right, so, all right, it's ready. It is ready. So, I'm going to fix mine. And here's how I do it. If you were doing it on a plate, you'd want to have your rice and you put this on top of it and then have your little English peas and your salad on the side and some bread. But all I'm going to eat is stroganoff and rice. So, all you do is take a bowl and I want you to see my rice because it's really nice. It's good. Let me show you. Let's see what that's doing. There we go. All right, so the rice is look, it's nice and flaky. See? It's not gummy. All I did was put my water in there, brought it to a boil. Now I'm going to come over here and get my stroganoff. This thing this new thing that I've got, you got to undo it every time you move it. Which I don't know how. There. Okay. And you put your stroganoff over your rice like this. If it seems too thick, put in just a little bit more water. All right, here's my supper tonight. Beef stroganoff. I know it doesn't look that good because it hadn't got much color to it. It's just kind of bland looking. But sometimes you know you can't judge a book by its cover. Have you ever heard that? Well, it's true. You can't judge me by how I look. I know my hair's a fright, but I can't help it. Well, I guess I could help it, but let me get this little thing over here to put that bowl in. It's hot. Now then. But you can't judge a book by its cover. I mean, don't judge me by how I look today. Just judge me by how sweet I am. And know that I love you. All right, here's the rice with my stroganoff. Y'all, the gravy part is delicious with that mushroom soup and that sour cream and the Worcestershire and the garlic. It's delicious. You'll love it. And if you want to do it with a roast, just do it like I told you to a while ago. Or you can read it in the recipe book, because that one was with a roast. Really good. I think your kids will like it. They may not like the mushrooms. Kids are picky about mushrooms. I've got 2 children that like them and 3 that don't, as far as grandkids. I hope y'all have a good night. You're going to be seeing this in the morning time, but I made it for my supper. This is my supper. I ate supper last night at church. And the day before that, on Monday, I don't know what I ate. I fixed me something. I don't even remember now what I fixed. But I always eat good. I don't just eat a sandwich or something. I fix me something good because I'm worth it. And you're worth it too. Fix you something good. I love y'all and take care. Bye-bye.